Over the years, and especially lately, it seems, I have heard this rumor that small YouTubers just don't stand a chance. They will never grow because YouTube is not promoting their channels. And in a way, that's true, because if you look at the homepage, you will see that most of the videos that are promoted are large channels, or at the very least, very well-off videos. Videos that are getting a ton of views, right? But I know it's not completely true. And how do I know that? Because we've done it. And we keep doing it. We're currently doing it. We have built many channels in many different topics, and we continue to see ways to grow them consistently. So it is possible. There is a proven path. So how can small channels grow? Well, if you go to your YouTube homepage, I'm willing to bet that most of the videos that are suggested to you have a lot of views, and maybe a few 1,000 view videos sprinkled in. That still might be a lot more than you're getting. But if you click on a video and scroll, you'll still see mostly larger videos. But if you keep scrolling, you'll eventually get to the videos that YouTube is just starting to test. You'll see videos suggested that have 20 views, 15 views, 5 views, and some that even have no views yet. And admittedly, a lot of people don't get to that point. But YouTube is so big and there's so many people on the platform, there are plenty of people that scroll down that far and will see the video, so they get a chance. Especially if YouTube suspects that the video you made is similar to the one that they clicked on. Then they're going to test it with that audience. You'll probably notice that if you go onto YouTube without being signed into an account, it'll suggest much larger videos with much larger views and hardly any videos with fewer views. That's because they don't know anything about you at that point. They don't have a user profile because you are not logged in. And so they're just gonna show you the most generic videos that have a ton of views and hope that you like something, because they don't know what kind of topics are in the fringes of something you might like. So there are ways to utilize this strategy to your advantage. And the premise of this video, the main thing we are going to learn here is how to scale. But I promise this is ethical, and it is not the generic advice you've probably heard so many times, which is, you know, borrow ideas for inspiration, don't copy exactly. Okay, great, true, but you've heard that before. So we're gonna go a layer deeper. We're gonna go like 10 layers deeper. Okay, so let's kind of explore the typical YouTube journey. And the interesting thing is, even if you have a lot of experience like we do and you've built multiple channels and you kind of know the tricks, I think everyone goes through this with each new channel that they start to some extent. But I'm curious, so tell me in the comments if you can relate to this or if your journey has looked different than this. So you start out and you have these unique ideas for a unique channel. I imagine you're not just trying to start a channel that is exactly like every other channel. If you are, consider being a little more creative and adding something to the internet that doesn't already exist verbatim. So this might look like you have original video ideas, you have original angles, original topics, and your original personality, and you put this all into some videos, but they don't really spread, they're not working. Here's the problem with that. Even if it might be enjoyable to watch once somebody already clicked, it's usually too off the wall, so they aren't clicking in the first place. And YouTube doesn't know who to show it to. So maybe there is an ideal audience that would click on that video, but because it's not similar to anything else, YouTube doesn't know where to put it. YouTube doesn't know who to show it to because it can't kind of match it up with any other content bucket or audience bucket on YouTube. That's kind of how the algorithm works in really simple terms. The other problem is that even if the algorithm does, by luck, figure out who to show it to, they're unlikely to click because they don't have enough familiarity with you or the topic to have high expectations for it. So here's an example. Let's say I am at the grocery store and I have never heard of barbecue chips, but I have heard of chips and I have heard of barbecue sauce and I like both of them, so I'm going to give barbecue chips a try, expecting that I will probably like them. Well, what if I went to the store and I saw some chips that were labeled really unique flavor, definitely the best, buy now? There's a reason marketing isn't done like that, because it probably would not work. And so people have to be familiar enough with what you're presenting that they think, oh, I've had something similar to this, I think I might like this. So whether you realize that that's the problem or not, you're likely going to start to get frustrated after you've made a few videos because they're not spreading, YouTube's not finding your audience, maybe they're not even getting a lot of impressions, because when it does get a couple impressions, you don't get clicks, and then it's not gonna get more impressions, and it's this whole frustrating thing. And then most YouTubers get frustrated and they get a little desperate. And so then they start trying to copy other videos that have done well, hoping that maybe that'll work. Now here's the problem with that. Those videos are never going to do as well as the originals. People do this all the time with big YouTubers. They will even copy everything from the title to the thumbnail, scene by scene, line by line. And there's a couple of problems with that. One is that your video is never going to be as good as the original. The only difference is going to be your personality, and probably that the production quality will be a little bit lower because it wasn't actually your creative baby, it was something you're just copying, so you don't even understand the essence behind it. Now, some of these videos actually get a lot of views, and that's really sad to see, but it's always just a small percentage of what the original video got. So for this to even sort of work, you have to copy a video that has gotten tons of views to get a 1 or 2% of that to still be high enough to get significant views. The other thing is that it is really unfulfilling work because you have no purpose behind it. You're just copying somebody else and you're never gonna feel good about your channel, and most likely people will realize what you're doing and they won't be loyal subscribers because they'll see that you aren't actually bringing anything unique to the table. There's a better way than either of those two extremes. The way that we have proven has been successful over and over again. I'm going to let you in on how to do that and the specifics of it. I just don't want to leave it surface level of saying copy but not too much. Like, there is some very specific strategy to this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a proven process, a proven angle from a different topic and apply it to your topic or niche. So I did this with a personal channel of mine. I don't want to share the channel right now because I want it to keep growing organically. If we tell everybody about it, that's not going to happen. But I had been getting very few views on this channel. I was getting less than 1,000 views for every video. But then I made a video that was very similar to this one. And I wasn't even copying this video because actually I made this about maybe a year and a half prior to this video. But it's pretty much the same premise, even almost an identical title, but it's not about smartphones at all. It's a totally different challenge. So I took something that I've seen works on YouTube and I made a video about that, about my own thing. It's the same angle that other people are taking, but it was my own unique topic, something that I had actually never seen on YouTube before. And so I ended up with a very unique video and the best video on YouTube of its kind because there wasn't a lot of competition, but with a proven structure for the type of video that it was. And the result is that that video shot up to 40,000 views. It was a huge outlier for the channel and it's still getting views and comments years later. A video like that does well because people are somewhat familiar with the packaging and with the concept. They've seen it applied to other things, so they kind of know what they're gonna get. It's almost like the barbecue chips thing. Maybe no one has come up with barbecue chips before, but people are familiar enough with barbecue and with chips that they kind of know what they're gonna get. And so people are more likely to click, and YouTube is more likely to figure out who to show that kind of video to. Let's look at another example of this working in real life from Ricky's latest channel that he is just starting to grow. Now, one of the biggest videos on his channel is a format that he has done dozens of times on other channels, on other topics, but never on this channel and never with this topic. And I'm pretty sure there isn't anyone on YouTube who has made a similar video to this, although I should probably double check that. Even if there is, Ricky didn't plan this video because he saw that somebody else had the exact same one and wanted to copy it. He planned it because he knows that this format works and he wanted to apply it to this other topic. It is a comparison deep dive video where he does original research, tests different specs of a product. It's unbiased, it's unsponsored, and it's a proven format he's done before. Viewers who YouTube is suggesting this video to have likely seen other videos that are similar, maybe for something like backpacks, and so they know they enjoy this format, that it's helpful, and they're more likely to click for that reason. All right, so this is all well and good, but it can be kind of hard to find topics with angles and combine those in unique ways. And so I love to use a tool called Spotter. Now, Spotter is awesome, but it's not out yet, and we are actually partnering with them to make this tool really great for small creators like you. And so we have a special deal, and when I say it's a special deal, I think it's actually special because I hate it when creators say that and then you realize that that deal is all over the internet. I think we are pretty exclusive on this deal, and that is that you will get double the trial period, whatever that may be. We're not sure yet because it hasn't launched, but whatever that trial period is, you will get double if you sign up using our link. So there's actually a couple different ways you can use Spotter for this strategy. So one way I really like to do is to start with the Title Explorer tool, and that will give you different suggestions based on video types. It has a lot of different video types in here. And it's crazy because sometimes when I do this, I actually decide to go a completely different direction with the video just from the inspiration I got from rethinking the title than I originally had in mind. Another thing you can do, especially if you're further along with the idea, is go to the idea workshop. And the funny thing about this is it gives you so much freedom. You can give it a sloppy one-sentence summary of your idea, or you can give it an entire page of notes. I just love how they're like, either one works. And then it will give you different ideas on how to turn that into a video depending on which type you choose. Here at Channel Makers, we always say you do not need a tool to be a successful YouTuber. You just don't. However, I really do think Spotter will give you a leg up and make this process easier, and with our link, you get double the free trial, so check it out. Now, using that proven process of taking a format that has already been proven to work on YouTube and attaching it to your own topic or style is going to get your channel out of that small channel rut. But I think there are some road signs along the way that really show you if it's working and help you stay on the right path as you go through this. And I realized this because when I was talking to Nathan about this video, he pointed this out, and I realized that aside from just understanding the process of this, it is so important to understand what it looks like. So that as you're going down this journey, you notice if you're going up the wrong path and you have that motivation because you can see that it's working. And he explained how you can notice that in a really profound way. And I was gonna try to repeat it for you guys, but I realized he's gonna say it better than I can. So I'm gonna have him do that.
All right, I just have to jump in here really quick. I was so excited as Julia was explaining the concept of this video to me, because we as small YouTube creators want to get out of that small channel phase, right? We want our channels to grow. We want to be more successful. And as she was telling me about this video, it made me realize that I've been seeing a pattern across tons and tons of channels that I've been watching grow. Some of them are my own, some of them are ones here we're working on, and some of them are yours channels. So I guarantee you, all of you are in one of these phases. So let me break this down for you so that you can see exactly where you are, so you know what the steps are for you to get out of this. Okay, first of all, you can look at this diagram. I'm going to reference it. It's on the table here. You are probably here in this phase where you have this just baseline views on your videos, right? Maybe it's 25 views baseline, maybe it's 50, maybe it's 100. Whatever it is, you're probably getting some amount of general consistency, you know, probably within 25 or 50 views of every video that you're putting out. But then what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna end up having a few videos on your channel that just do a little bit better. Maybe it's 2x, maybe it's 4x, maybe it's 5 or 10x. You know, maybe if you're getting 100 views baseline, you end up getting 1,000 views on a video, and it feels amazing, right? Maybe that hasn't happened to you yet, but it's gonna happen. After that happens once, you probably are thinking to yourself, okay, I need that to happen again, right? And so you start making similar videos, or you take that topic and you approach it from a different angle. And then after a few more baseline videos, those 100 view videos, those 50 view videos, it happens again. And you get another video that goes just a little bit higher than your normal baseline. And this will repeat itself. You know, you're still gonna have those lower baseline videos, but every now and then you're gonna get one that just pushes a little further. But then what's going to happen is you're going to have a video go far and away higher than any other video on your channel. And that's going to happen because you are pursuing these better videos, the videos that are working better on your channel. This happened recently on my channel where we were getting a baseline of like 100 views on all of our videos, but then we started trying a new style. And that style was still within the niche that we wanted to do. And that style ended up getting us, instead of 100 views, it got us 500. And we thought, okay, we need to pursue this. So we did another couple of those types of videos. We tweaked our style just a little bit, and then it got 1,000 views, right? And so those are still kind of just those mid-tier level views on our channel. So we started doing those more and more, kind of changing our style a little bit. And then all of a sudden, after a couple videos that got between 500 and 1,000 views, still some of the baseline videos too, right? With those 100 views, we had a video take off, and it's currently over 60,000 views on our channel. But what's really cool about this is, as we've really dove into this to figure out why that happened and what type of content we want to make that's going to make that keep happening, our baseline views has risen. So now, rather than that 100 view baseline, we are now sitting at somewhere between a 500 and 1,000 view baseline on this channel. And we are working to get another one of those videos to take off into the 20, 40, 60, 100,000 view range. This is super exciting to me because, like I said, I've been seeing this more and more and more on channels that just grow normally on YouTube. This could happen over the space of a year or 2 years. It took me on this channel over 60 videos before there was ever a video that took off in any way. Now you might think, well, I have 100 or 200 or 300 videos on my channel. I get that, but just realize that this process is slow. And as you have a little bit of success after one video or 2 videos, start pursuing that. I think this is so exciting for me because it gives you an idea of where you are at with your channel. And no matter if you're getting 100 views or 1,000 views, whatever your baseline is, you can start identifying some of these landmarks on your channel and start improving today. Okay, back to Julia.
All right, I hope now you can really see how this whole thing is coming together and have the confidence that you can see like the point A to point B. Because I feel like a lot of times with the journeys like this, you just can't envision the whole thing. You can't see how you're going to get from this tiny little channel with hardly any views to a big thriving channel like the other ones you see on YouTube. Like maybe you believe that it's possible, but you can't even see how to get there, and it almost feels impossible, right? And so I hope it really does feel more in reach, because we go through that process every time we start a new channel. Even though we've done it so many times, I promise there's this little part of us where we're like, what if it doesn't work? But it consistently does, and I want you to be able to get through that process and have the confidence that it is working and that it's worth it to keep going. Now, there is an angle on this, speaking of angles, that the biggest YouTubers are doing, and it's actually the opposite of what I just told you, but it works equally, if not better. And they overcomplicate it, but I don't want to gatekeep, so I'm going to show you exactly what they're doing, and it's actually more simple than they make it sound. So here's exactly what they're doing. Rather than taking an approach like a challenge or a comparison video and putting their own topic on it, they are picking a topic that is trending and then putting their own angle on it. Michelle Carr talked about this at VidSummit last year. It's crazy. I think that was almost a year ago, and we're going to VidSummit again in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. And she talked about how she noticed sea videos, ocean videos were trending, and people thought that the ocean is very exciting, especially for these entertainment type channels. Mr. Beast was doing it. I think Brian Trahan was doing it. So she decided to buy a pirate ship. I'm so jealous. It doesn't even do it justice. I don't want to think about her pirate ship because I'm so jealous of her pirate ship. However, that's not the point. The point is that she noticed a topic was trending, and she decided to take that topic and put her own angle on it, kind of make a new video type around it rather than the other way around like I just showed you. So the idea here is to start with the trending topic that you really want to make a video about. So let's say you notice this video and you are really excited about ditching your smartphone and you want to make a video about that, but you don't want to copy this exact format. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. You could do something like Ricky's format where you compare different dumb phones and you do some original research on the specs of these different dumb phones. Maybe you test them out to see which one you can text the fastest with or which one has the longest battery life. Or maybe you don't want to do it like that at all. Maybe you want to do some kind of challenge, but you don't want to do a challenge just of how long can I go without a smartphone or can I go a year without a smartphone, and you want to make it a little more interesting. So maybe you take 5 friends and you have a competition to see who can go without their smartphone the longest, but the catch is that nobody knows when the other people gave up. So they might be 2 weeks in and they don't know if they won or if everyone else or half the people are still in the competition. Kind of like the show Alone, but probably a lot more scary, at least for millennials or Gen Zs or any of those people. Okay, so why do I say that's an advanced tactic? Well, it's a little bit harder when you are taking your own angle, your own approach to a topic, because then you kind of have to figure out from scratch what that video structure would look like. You might be able to use some common practices of storytelling, but it's really never been done before in that way. So you have to figure out on your own what the hook is going to look like, what the story arc is going to look like, or what educational elements are going to be in that, and kind of have your own structure. You're kind of navigating uncharted waters. Because here's the thing, if you're doing like a product comparison, the structure might look like this. You can pause if you want to, if you even care. But the thing is, it's kind of a proven structure. So you might be taking a different product and kind of filling it in with that new product that nobody has done this with before, but it is not exactly completely original. But I think every YouTuber should be trying these advanced tactics occasionally because it's really good practice. And this will get you to 4,000 watch hours. If you want our full process on how to get to 4,000 watch hours and finally get monetized, check out this video and don't forget to sign up for Spotter with the description below. Good luck on that breakout video. Let me know when it happens.